Spooky skeletons, jack-o'-lanterns, and glowing stars. It's time to dive into the spooky, haunted island entrance. Welcome, everyone, to my island of Lockwood. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Liz, aka My Pastel Past, and I do a ton of cozy game content here on YouTube. I am so excited to be bringing you all today's video. Today we're actually working on a brand new island. This is the island of Lockwood. I actually started this island about a month ago and then totally forgot about it, so we're only just starting the building process on it. I kind of did like my first villager hunt, got all the terraforming and stuff, and then totally forgot about it for all of September. So it's now October, so it's time to get started on it, or at least it will be October by the time you are all seeing this video. But today we're working on the island entrance for this island, and I'm super excited to be sharing this with you all because this island is going to be a huge challenge for me. Lockwood is going to be this Halloween haunted-esque island that is set or inspired by like a European styled castle. So that's really what we are going to be working on for the entirety of this island. The entrance is kind of more of like a nature path leading up to the entrance of this giant castle or like city castle. I don't actually know what to call it. This is like so out of my comfort zone in terms of island design that I don't even know how to describe my own island. So if you have any ideas how I can describe this island, please let me know in the comments. And also, I have a challenge for you all. A lot of these builds that are coming out have a lot of pumpkins. I mean jack-o'-lanterns, the spooky lantern sets, spooky towers, the spooky trees, everything. There are so many pumpkins. So I'm going to challenge you all to see if anyone can guess or even count how many pumpkins I have in each build. This first one might be a little bit easier because I don't have as many, but you will see as we progress through this island that it definitely has a lot of pumpkins throughout. So that is going to be my challenge to you all, to see if anyone is able to figure out how many pumpkins we actually have on this island. But for this entrance, I'm getting distracted here, sorry. This entrance is leading up to the castle itself. So right now I'm kind of outlining where my castle wall is going to be. Basically, Lockwood is going to be surrounded by the castle walls and gates and towers to kind of border the city itself. And then inside it's going to have courtyards, shopping districts, a giant castle in the middle, which is where my house is going to be. And then it's also going to have like this gorgeous spooky neighborhood area. Like I'm so excited for this island that I actually planned it out, which is very unlike me. So I'm very excited to finally be sharing this first speed build with you all. But right now, I'm just trying to get as many paths done as I can to outline where this entrance is going to be, because I did want to have at least a little bit of nature. For the most part, inside the isle or inside the actual city castle area, it's mostly very structured, very city-like, so I don't get as much naturey. And if you know me and you know my island types or how I typically decorate, you know that I love having giant little patches of nature. So that's going to kind of be like the border around the city. So that's where I get this section. I used the jail bars just behind the castle gate, so it almost looks like one of those like drawbridges that come up and down, but you can still sneak to the right and left to enter the city from there. So it's not actually obstructing it. It just kind of looks cool. And then obviously the struggle with trying to find where to place trees. I cannot be the only one that struggles with this. I always place down the little patches of the dark dirt first to see where I actually want the trees to go before I plant them, and I always mess up even though I do that. But you know what? That's just what happens sometimes. Let me know in the comments, do you struggle planting trees, or have you got it all figured out? We're also adding a few little pillars here and there, and then as much glowy items as possible. My ideal situation for this island at the end is to be set at dark in November when it's very autumny, which I believe I'm building in right now. I have the orange and the red trees, which I love that combination of the colors of those trees. I'm gonna have purple and black flowers everywhere, and then as much glowing items as possible. I'm gonna use a lot of those golden candelabra items to put on top of towers to add a glowy effect. The moss, we've got the mushrooms, and this happened a lot with chat because I've been talking about this island a ton with chat on my live streams and getting inspiration from them, and they're actually super helpful in telling me which kind of glowy items would fit and work with this island. So shout out to chat for helping me out and figuring out what direction I want to go with this island. Speaking of which, I do stream a couple times a week, so if you ever want to help me out or watch me build and decorate live, definitely check that out because I stream, yeah. But I'm just mostly trying to get as many items down, trying specifically to use items I don't use that often, like the giant vine. I love it. I've used it a few times, but I don't really go for it all that often because it's so awkward. And here I am finally with all of the pumpkins. The pumpkins are starting. Get your counters out. Let me know how many pumpkins you think are in this build, and I will count. So the tower has 3 pumpkins for reference, because I know I'm going to get that question. Liz, does the spooky tower count as 1 pumpkin or 3? It's going to count as 3. You got to count each individual pumpkin that you see, even if the item only is like 1, but there are 3 pumpkins in the item. But there are pumpkins absolutely everywhere, and it glows. And you, at the very end of this video, you'll see at night how much this island really glows. And I'm so excited for it. I know I'm excited about every island, but I love Halloween with a passion. It's probably my favorite time of year. The fall, the autumn, Halloween, spooky vibes. I'm ready for it. We're also using a ton of glowing moss because, again, we want anything that glows here, and it is absolutely so fun to use. The ruin seats, which I often actually don't use all that much, but because we can place things like Nova Stars on them, I try to use them a lot more. Same with the mush stools. I don't know why I don't use the mush stools as often, but I've started using those more and more, and it's kind of fun. And of course, I'm running into issues where I can't actually place items, but you know what? That's okay. We have our good days and we have our bad days, and today items just did not want to place for me. But we're doing our final touches now, adding some last minute details, some stuff that's going to be glowy, the mush lamps, the Nova Stars. I'm going to be adding in a statue in a little bit here, just to kind of really add to the glowy nature of this island. I just want everything to be illuminated at night. Here I'm putting the candlesticks up again. I'm going to try to kind of line the entire island with those candlesticks, just because I think they're cool and I think they're pretty. Let me know what your favorite glowy-esque item is in Animal Crossing, though. I absolutely love, I think I have to go with the Nova Stars. As much as I love the mush lamps, I think I have to go with the Nova Stars because they're just absolutely gorgeous. But just adding the last details with the flowers and some glowing moss, but this is pretty much it. This is our island entrance for Lockwood. We've got the spooks, we've got the glowiness. Here it is at night finally. But I hope you all enjoyed this speed build of the island. Let me know how many pumpkins you counted in the description, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye!